poet, playwright, coach, and all-around inspiring woman. From the African Theatre Podcast, here is Sitawa Namwalie.
Hey, thank you, Doris, for that introduction. As you've just heard, my name is Sitawa Namwalie, and I am the host of the African Theatre Podcast. How many of you have heard the name Robert Serumaga? And how many of you have heard of the Abafumi Theatre Company? I bet not many. This is the gap that this podcast has been designed to fill. In 2007, to be very specific, March 2007, I embarked on a new career. I got the courage to do the thing that I had always dreamed of, the secret dream. And I became a poet, and then I became a playwright. Very soon I was on stage performing myself. And very soon I was writing for other people. And I began to become very interested in the theater scene in Africa. And I discovered how difficult it was to get information. There's a very strange thing about the world today. When it comes to technology, we know everything. We know the technology that was used in 1920, the computer that was used in 1920. We know about the cars that were used in the 1940s. But when it comes to things like theater, the humanities, that kind of knowledge, there's just a blank. Very often it is really difficult to find that information. This podcast is going to explore and make available African theater. African theater has got a rich tradition. If you go back to pre-colonial times, performance, music, dance was something that was incorporated in daily life. It was also something that was part of ceremonies, religion, births and deaths. And it was something that everybody could participate in. Of course, there were the experts. There was the best dancer in the village. There was the best singer. But it was a very, very democratic kind of performance tradition. But then there was also the theater that was associated with our kingdoms. If you go to Uganda, to the Buganda kingdom, you will find very many traditional theater forms, performance forms, that were associated and are still being performed, fortunately, in that kingdom. After independence, more and more people, African people, started to use Western style theater and started to actually script and write plays and performances. One of the leading people in this region was Robert Serumaga. Robert Serumaga was born in 1939 and he passed on. He was actually killed in Kenya in 1980. These are some of the people that this podcast is going to explore. Welcome. I'm excited to share with you and to learn from you as well the African theater and performance traditions. Thank you.